One health check. 4 hours. Total peace of mind. Beacon Hospital's Health Check is Ireland's only advanced health screening programme with results delivered on the same day. This is modern medicine. This is Beacon Hospital. Book your Beacon Health Check today at beaconhospital.ie.
German dominance, true precision engineering, raw power. BMW has been one of the world-leading manufacturers since 1916, and here at Mondello Park, you can find out why. New to 2017, our BMW driving experience packages are the perfect opportunity to get behind the wheel of some of the best cars on the road in the form of the M2 Coupe or M4 Coupe. Simply pick your desired choice or drive both. Book today at mondellopark.ie.
So a full grid of Fiesta Zetec now, and it's the young star William Kellett on pole position in this one, having coming down from Fiesta STs. Alongside him, another Fiesta ST regular, Brendan Fitzgerald, returning to the class. Then it's Owen Purcell and Mark O'Donoghue. These pair on the second row of the grid have done most of the winning this year. Then it's last year's champion Phil Lawless, Mark Johnson, Roy Tobin, Lloyd Murphy, Galaban Chernenkov and Darren Lawler. Then it's Andy Kavanagh, Wayne Laverick, Michael Fitzgerald, Aidan Finnegan, Bob Bryan, Alan Watkins, Nicola Watkins, Colin Murray, Michael O'Dwyer and Cormac Thompson.
But it is Brendan Fitzgerald who gets the better start out the front. Brendan Fitzgerald then leads from William Kellett as they go down to the first corner with Owen Purcell right in there as well in third. Through Mobile they go.
Remarkably easy. I thought he might have brought his ST with him by mistake, the way he drove down to turn one there, Matt. It was just good luck. Bye-bye. Nothing Kellett could do. Lloyd Murphy up a place or two, even in dry conditions. Is that Nicola Watkins back going again? No, it's Alan Watkins. Nicola Watkins had
damage
earlier yesterday, unfortunately.
Problem with her rear axle.
Although I think possibly the two Watkins cars, they are both out there, so well done to
Nicola
Alan Watkins.
Is there, yeah. She's...
That's great stuff, because that car had a lot of damage yesterday. Here they come up out of turn 3, Fitzgerald again from Kellett. And Owen Purcell, you got to feel a little bit sorry for Owen Purcell. Did a lot of winning, but wrong gearbox in the car apparently, and technical infringement. There's O'Donoghue, the new champion, trying to look down the inside. Johnson helping him. Lloyd Murphy right with him. 47 Lawler yesterday went so well. Then Phil Lawless. Then Roy Tobin. Then Andy Kavanagh. Great stuff here, Matt, in this Fiesta race.
It's all about to kick off though, Leo. They're all staying very close to one another. And yes, I did see Nicola Watkins go around. Not only was the rear axle replaced, but the body damage that she sustained as part of that was also repaired. So a good job to have Nicola back out. But just watch Brendan Fitzgerald now as he draws away from the field up in front. William Kellett coming under a bit of pressure from Owen Purcell. Purcell in turn coming under pressure from a racy Mark O'Donoghue, who will not want to be held back there in fourth. So let's see as they disappear from view and come back out of turn 7B. And as they do, they come back into Bahrain's Benz. It's still Brendan Fitzgerald leading now from William Kellett, then Owen Purcell.
Is Lloyd Murphy back in place? No, it just needs a big shovel. Someone down the inside of him there into the long left-hander. Those great battles all the way down the grid, but Fitzgerald sitting pretty out front. Kellett off Purcell for a second place, and O'Donoghue having dropped back slightly. Yeah, it is that Murphy is dropping back in dry conditions. He's 2 places back. That was Phil Lawless with a brave move there.
Even Phil would like to get his way up a little bit further, and now William Kellett coming under pressure from Owen Purcell. Purcell is on the inside, William on the outside. Purcell looks like he's got job done. Kellett switches back to the inside, toes in behind Purcell. In some ways what he did there is he minimised the effect, because Mark O'Donoghue was going to try and put one over on him as well, because if he got alongside him on the outside. So it was a cute enough move from William Kellett. Okay, he lost a spot, but he didn't lose 2. Oftentimes you can lose 2 in those type of situations. So he's now down to third and coming under pressure from Mark O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue looks very strong as they come over the hill and into his drive guard corner. He was very strong there on the last lap, so let's see if he can get a good run out of turn 3. In fact, he hasn't. He's dropped back a little bit now from William Kellett. Kellett keeping a nice tight line around the left-hander there. Mark Johnson then is in 5th place as they head back up the hill and out for their second lap.
And Nicola Watkins keeping the brother Alan in sight there. She's not going badly, and considering the damage on that car yesterday, but Fitzgerald out front, he looked like he was going to get away, but certainly Purcell might have the pace to haul him in. He's done a lot of winning in the last few, this year in this class, Owen Purcell. Purcell's got the lead, but Fitzgerald going back at him on the long back straight. They're side by side. Big great shots there from the teleporter on the way down, or the platform on the way down there, Matt.
Well, Brendan Fitzgerald held that inside line, and although he got by him, Fitzgerald managed to hold on the inside, and he still has the inside line for the right-hander back up to Brains Bends. But a scary enough moment there, and look at O'Donoghue trying to make it round the outside. He's got outside of William Kellett, and now he has the inside for the left-hander, and he picks up a spot there from William Kellett. That was Mark O'Donoghue. A canny move from him as he came into Brains Bends, just got up the inside. There was nothing William Kellett could have done about it.
8, 9 cars, 10 cars for the lead now, Matt, because Fitzgerald under big pressure. Look, Purcell is going to want to prove that he's every bit as quick with the second gearbox, and of course he is, and he is, because up the outside of Fitzgerald, side by side, we're going to have a look around the outside. Fitzgerald usually has a bit of straight line power, but let's see if Purcell can match him. They are door handle to door handle. I'll tell you what though, Matt, racing room from these two gents, and that's great to see. Fitzgerald didn't bundle him out, and there's no difference or very little in a straight line as they head down towards Mobile, Matt.
Well, Fitzgerald will probably be able to hold on, but just about from Owen Purcell there.
I think Purcell is sitting around the outside,
wow.
Matt.
Well, if he does, he has it. Fitzgerald will have to chop back in.
Contact again. Opposite lock there for the leader, Matt.
Did he manage to hold on? Yes, he did. Brendan Fitzgerald still holding that lead now from Owen Purcell. Mark O'Donoghue now decides he wants to get a bit of the action. O'Donoghue has one or two choice overtaking positions. William Kellett gets in on the action as well. He tries to get back at O'Donoghue, and he's right there with him, as indeed is Mark Johnson. This is a great run from them, but Brendan Fitzgerald just about holding on, fingernail stuff. Darren Lawler then, he's 6th, and then Phil Lawless, and then Lloyd Murphy. But it's Brendan Fitzgerald, very good. His defensive driving is excellent. Now they have the run down to 7A and 7B. O'Donoghue coming under pressure again from William Kellett down here. This is a great race between these 5 cars really in front, 6. I also see Wayne Laverick there getting a spot, or Darren Lawler I should say, getting a spot on the run down to 7A. Here they come back towards us. It's still Brendan Fitzgerald though. And now William Kellett gets around the outside and has got around Owen Purcell on the outside, and Kellett, Purcell gives him a little nuff, and he was okay. He was just got in the wrong place, and Kellett has tried again. Meanwhile, Mark O'Donoghue has lost not 1 but 2 places there. So the race leader is still Brendan Fitzgerald, with Owen Purcell just about in 2nd. William Kellett is in 3rd. Mark Johnson is 4th. Then we have Mark O'Donoghue, who's 5th. Mark O'Donoghue is 4th, I should say. Wayne Laverick then 5th. Here they come again, and it's as you were, it's Groundhog Day. It's Owen Purcell out the outside, Brendan Fitzgerald on the inside. William Kellett watching the opportunity to pounce if he can there, but it's still Brendan Fitzgerald holding on to that one. So it's Fitzgerald from Purcell, from Kellett, from Johnson, O'Donoghue, then Darren Lawler, then Philip Lawless, and then Lloyd Murphy. Well, a great race. This absolutely got everything in it. Brendan Fitzgerald having to defend. Owen Purcell looking for an opportunity to get by him. Looks like he's got the legs on him. William Kellett there, the young pretender, he's in 3rd, and he's certainly got the legs of the 2 guys up in front.
Fast as that, Matt, to Roy Tobin, who's back there behind the blue car of Lloyd Murphy. So obviously they're slowing each other down a little bit up the front.
They are, I think, yeah. I think that's what's allowed them all to come together. Not surprising, Brendan Fitzgerald doesn't have the fastest car out there, but he's certainly putting it to very good effect, Leo. And in fact, his car not handling particularly well, I think, either. Owen Purcell now will make another move on the run down to 7A and 7B. Well, the race leaders have momentarily disappeared from us, and let's see, will it be the yellow and black car of Brendan Fitzgerald? Yes, it is. That re-emerges.
Kellett's 2nd though. Kellett's up to 2nd place. Kellett's 2nd place now. It's Purcell back to 3rd. It's O'Donoghue having a go now. It's Johnson in there too. O'Donoghue trying to get down the inside of everybody in the silver car. Somebody getting boxed out. It looks like Darren Lawler's in there now in a 3rd red car, just to confuse him. But Kellett is up to 2nd place, and he wants to have a go now at Fitzgerald.
Well, that's twice he's made manoeuvres down at 7B, Leo, because as they went in at 7A, all was as you were. And then the change around came, so that's some manoeuvre from William Kellett to get through into second.
Cracking move by Darren Lawler down the inside of Mark Johnson. They kiss doors on the exit. Phil Lawless tries to get up the inside. It's 3 abreast, or is it? No, Mark Johnson just about contains it, and actually it costs Lawler a place, and he almost puts his head in his hands as he goes by us there going, that didn't go to plan. He was trying to gain a place, found himself losing 1.5 places, but look at this, Kellett right with Fitzgerald now.
Well, the apples don't fall too far from the tree, Leo. Oh, Kellett in turn now under pressure from Owen Purcell, though. Purcell has come back at him. Purcell trying to make it the long way around down at turn 3.
Something happened there, Matt, at turn 2 out of view. Kellett down there because he was right with the leader, and certainly Fitzgerald now getting himself a little breather. But look how quick Kellett is through turn 3. He's got away from Purcell and closed that gap already in one corner back to Fitzgerald. William Kellett fastest lap, 2:13.660.
That's fairly impressive stuff now, Leo.
It is. Imagine if they'd stay away from each other, how fast they could go. That includes overtaking a car or two for William Kellett that time round. 13.660.
5 minutes left to run, but we don't want this race to end. This is really, really good stuff. Now, let's see, can Kellett... No, he's too far back from Brendan Fitzgerald on the run down to 7A and B. He needed to be closer to him, but he has a little extra down there. Maybe he's really hot on the brakes. All seem to be safely through down there on this occasion. They come back up the hill. It's still Brendan Fitzgerald from William Kellett, from Owen Purcell, from Mark O'Donoghue. These three now drawing away from the rest of the field. Darren Lawler, I think it is, who's in fifth rather, ahead of Phil Lawless, who's sixth. The first four now right with one another, so you wouldn't put a cigarette paper between them, Leo.
Purcell's very quick through paddock, but it just oversteps it a little bit and it gets a bit of grass on the way out. Kellett has to defend. That puts Purcell high and wide to try and get a switch back. Kellett will surely be wary of that. No, it's up the inside contact there into the quarter panel of Kellett, but lifted out of it and allowed Kellett to be right with them. 1, 2, 3, 4 cars absolutely together. Closest race we've seen all day so far. Everybody defending, going down towards turn 1. Nobody wants to leave the door open, even a fraction, or somebody will be in it. Right, Tobin has got by Lloyd Murphy finally after 4 laps of trying on the international circuit. And once again, now Purcell getting a little bit anxious there behind Kellett. He's trying everything there, Matt.
Yeah, but Kellett's holding him off. This is where Purcell is very quick. He's looking for the inside line here down to turn 3. But Kellett has kept the door firmly closed there. This, of course, playing into the hands of Brendan Fitzgerald, giving Fitzgerald a little bit of a breather. Here they come back over the hill then and into Bridgestone drive guard corner. And again, Owen Purcell looks to the outside line this time. Kellett keeps it nice and tight on the inside. O'Donoghue there almost with an opportunity to get by Purcell, just not near enough to him on that occasion. Mark Johnson then in 5th, Phil Lawless is 6th, Darren Lawler is 7th. Wayne Laverick it is who's 8th now, ahead of Lloyd Murphy. Roy Tobin, I should say, that's ahead of Lloyd Murphy. Now 3 cars have broken away at the head of the field here from Mark O'Donoghue. So very, very tight indeed. Brendan Fitzgerald coming under real pressure now from Kellett and from Purcell. Can the two of them just bully him out of the way? And again, this time I can tell you that Purcell has got up the inside, got up the outside into Bahrain's Benz, but it's fine. Kellett will lead him there. No problem with him there. He cannot get around the long way round on the left-hander. Here they come then out of the final corner of Bahrain's Benz, down the straight to the left-hander. And O'Donoghue, Mark O'Donoghue has got both of them there. He's up the inside. Mark O'Donoghue now has got up and snatched second place from both Owen Purcell and William Kellett.
No, Purcell is always going to get down the inside there. He just kept the bumper alongside, wasn't allowed him to close it. Kellett gets driven out wide by somebody else behind, possibly Lawless. Kellett's been swamped. This time Johnson trying to have a go. It's neck and neck now. It's Purcell with Johnson actually almost contact as they go by, but not quite. Fitzgerald, this is great stuff, Matt.
Well, it's unbelievable. Brendan Fitzgerald, meanwhile, makes good his getaway at the head of the field. But it's Owen Purcell now in second, and it's Mark Johnson.
Johnson was briefly second there, but he's on the outside for turn 2, Matt. Surely dropping back just a little bit.
How does it all go wrong?
Yeah, it's Purcell now from Johnson. From Phil Lawless has just got up the inside there, I think, of O'Donoghue and dropped him back. Then it's Kellett next up. We can expect a quick lap from him. Then it is Roy Tobin. Then it's Lloyd Murphy. Then it's Wayne Laverick. So great stuff, but none of this bothering the gas monkey out front, Brendan Fitzgerald, making it look easy as he just comes down, locks it inside rear wheel into drive guard corner. Then it's Purcell, Johnson, Phil Lawless, Mark O'Donoghue, William Kellett, Roy Tobin, Lloyd Murphy, Wayne Laverick, Andy Kavanagh coming down here, Darren Lawler next up. This is great stuff in the Fiesta. It's a great class, Matt, isn't it?
It's a great class. That's great racing now, in fairness. And there have been opportunities for guys to huff one another out of the way, and they haven't done that. It's been straight racing, great stuff from these guys. Well, down they go at 7A and B, and it's still Brendan Fitzgerald. But what we're really interested in, the action behind that, with the Owen Purcell just ahead of William Kellett. Phil Lawless now getting by Donoghue. He's up the inside of Donoghue. That puts Phil Lawless 4th. Mark O'Donoghue now 5th. We're on the last lap, I suspect. Yes, we are on the last lap. Checker flag is prepared down in front of us, so I guess this is it, Leo.
It sure is, and it looks like it's going to be a Fitzgerald benefit. Nobody really has headed him, a little bit of pressure, but nobody got by. Purcell next up. Looks like Johnson's going to get 3rd. The neck and neck for 5th, 6th and 7th. We'll go through that as they go across the line. Fitzgerald takes the win in the Mondello Zetec Fiestas. Purcell will be delighted with 2nd. Johnson equally so with 3rd in the E-Fox car. Then it's Kellett. Then it's Lawless, Tobin, Murphy, O'Donoghue and Laverick going through. Great battles all the way down the field in that one.
Well, Leo, that had everything in it. But most important, it had fine racing and great sportsmanship. That really was top notch.
Yeah, fantastic. Race of the day, surely so far, yeah.
Hectic race. Got away okay, held 3rd, and then there was a good battle between myself and Fitzgerald and Kellett there. And unfortunately, Fitzer was just too good on the defence today. We kept good pace. It was good hard racing out there now. A bit physical at times, but they're well up to it anyway. So delighted with 2nd place, to be honest with you now. You know, I had a couple of technical issues during the year. I had the wrong gearbox in the car, unbeknownst to me. Just glad to be back out now and back at it again, to be honest. Yeah.